Morning. The second you open your eyes, you see it. An email from a creator you follow. 5 habits that will change your life. You read every word, nodding like you've just unlocked the missing piece. On the way to work, your headphones are playing a podcast about how to manage your time like a CEO. At lunch, you squeeze in a book summary from that self-help title everyone's been talking about. Or maybe just scroll for a bit and watch a couple of motivational videos. Even at home, while showering, cooking, or cleaning, there's always something playing. A YouTube clip, a blog post, a bite-sized quote on Instagram, a Twitter thread promising to shift your mindset instantly. It feels like the entire world is handing you the tools to become your best self. And the worst part? Collecting these ideas makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're moving forward, like you're transforming, but you're not. And this illusion of progress is incredibly hard to spot while you're in it. You feel crystal clear. You know exactly what to do, step by step. You can almost picture your new life taking shape, but then, nothing. The tabs stay open, the book stays unfinished, the course login expires, and the next day, you do it all over again, collecting more ideas, more clarity, but still taking zero action. Because your brain already rewarded you just for gathering the knowledge, tricking you into feeling like you've moved forward. So why does your brain love hoarding ideas but quietly avoid bringing them to life? That's what we're about to unpack. The illusion of progress, the traps you don't see coming, and how to finally break the cycle. Let's talk about the illusion of progress first. Your brain can't always tell the difference between planning something and doing it. When you hear a great idea, your mind instantly pictures the outcome. The better routine, the new skill, the transformed version of you. That quick daydream is enough to make your brain anticipate the reward, and that's when dopamine hits. The same chemical you'd get from actually finishing the work. So you jot it down, and your brain thinks, done, we're on our way. But nothing in the real world has changed. It's like buying running shoes and feeling fitter before you've even gone for a run. The satisfaction feels real, but it's counterfeit. And the more often your brain cashes in on that fake progress, the less urgency it feels to turn ideas into action. That quick daydream is enough to make your brain anticipate the reward. And that's when dopamine hits. That's why it's possible to feel busy, inspired, even mid-transformation, yet be standing in exactly the same place. Fake progress doesn't feel fake, and that's exactly why it's so hard to break. But the illusion of progress is just the basic layer. If we want to break this cycle, we have to look at the mental habits that keep it alive. Let's break them down, starting with the first one. Why new things always feel more exciting. The pull of something new is ancient. In prehistoric times, noticing what was new could save your life. A strange sound might mean a predator. A new plant could be food. A change in the landscape might lead to water or shelter. Our brains evolved to treat novelty as something worth immediate attention. That wiring is still here, but today, the appeal of new isn't just about survival, it's about hope. When you're stuck, a fresh idea feels like a brand new key that might finally open an old locked door. Maybe this strategy will fix your productivity. Maybe this habit will stick. And now, those keys are everywhere, in your feed, in your inbox, in every video, post, and podcast. Each one lights up your brain, promising that this time will be different. And that's why you're always drawn to the next new thing, not because it's better, but because it's new. Which leads us straight into the second loop. Why new things always look easier than they really are. That rush you get from something new doesn't just say, this is exciting, it says, this will be easy. Your brain is a natural fast-forward machine. The moment you hear an idea you like, it jumps straight to the happy ending, skipping over everything in the middle. Psychologists call this the planning fallacy, our built-in habit of underestimating how long and how hard things will be. In your head, it's a straight line from start to changed life. But in reality, it's oversleeping on day 3, rearranging your desk instead of working, and wondering if the routine is even worth it anymore. When the real pace doesn't match the fantasy pace, your brain concludes, wrong idea, find a better one. And that pushes us into the third loop, the urge to switch the second it gets uncomfortable. That's when the next trap kicks in, the urge to jump ship the moment things get uncomfortable. And here's why it's so easy to jump ship. Every idea you fall in love with comes neatly gift-wrapped. A productivity method on YouTube is condensed into a 10-minute video with upbeat music and clean animations. A fitness plan is posted as a colorful carousel showing before and after photos, nothing in between. You never see the hard parts. The packaging hides the reality. You just see the clean highlight reel and forget that the ugly parts are part of the package. So when you try to execute, you forget the mess is part of the deal. And the moment you hit that mess, the first bump in the road, it feels wrong, like you picked the wrong idea or you're not cut out for it. That's when the brain's survival mode kicks in. It says, why suffer here when you could feel excited again somewhere else? And just like that, you swap the messy middle for the shiny beginning of something new, which will have its own messy middle too. Finally, the fourth loop, the variable reward cycle, the slot machine effect of idea hunting. Most of the time, a new idea is just interesting. But sometimes you stumble across one that feels life-changing, the kind that makes your chest tighten, your mind race, your whole day feel lighter. You don't know when you'll find the next one like that, so you keep looking. You scroll a little more, watch one more video, read one more article. The thrill of discovery keeps you hooked far more than the slow, unglamorous grind of building. The result? You become an expert at beginnings and a stranger to endings. And that's the hidden price of idea chasing. Every untouched one quietly adds to the weight you're already carrying. Until one day, you feel the cost more than the excitement. Every unexecuted idea is a broken promise to yourself. When you save one, you're not just typing in your notes app, you're shaking hands with your future self. I'll do this, I'll make it happen. But when you don't follow through, that handshake lingers, awkward, unfinished, and your subconscious files it away as evidence. See, we didn't finish. Again. The workout plan you screenshot at 1 a.m., still untouched. The online course you bought on sale but only opened once. It's like having dozens of browser tabs open in your head. They're not loud, but they're stealing bandwidth, slowing everything else you try to load. The more you collect without acting, the heavier that invisible debt becomes. Until starting something new feels exhausting, not exciting, because you're dragging every unfinished thing behind you. That's the real cost of untouched ideas. They don't just sit there quietly. They haunt you, and they quietly chip away at your trust in yourself. And once that's gone, even the most brilliant idea can't make it past the starting line. Collecting ideas feels productive. It feels safe. It lets you sit in the glow of possibility without the friction of reality. But if you stay there too long, it stops being harmless. It becomes a comfort habit that drains your trust in yourself. The truth is, you don't need more ideas. You need fewer, and you need to move on one of them now. Not perfectly, not all at once. Just enough to replace that fake dopamine with the kind that comes from actual progress. Because the only way to break the cycle is to stop feeding it. Every time you choose to act instead of save, you're making a different kind of promise to yourself. One you can actually keep. And each time you keep it, the weight of all those old ghosts gets a little lighter. So maybe you don't start with the perfect idea. Maybe you don't even finish it exactly how you imagined, but you finish. And in doing so, you prove something more important than any idea could ever promise. I can follow through. That's the real transformation. And once you've done that a few times, you start to see the truth. You were never short on ideas. You were short on trust, and the only way to rebuild it is to act. Well, this is it.